you've ever wondered what your life purpose was, if you've ever dreamt that you could be so much more, I'd ask you why you're waiting, I'd ask you why you sit. Why don't you get your light bulbs and get out of this bed? Standing strong in your light bulb, standing strong in your love, having strength, having courage, bringing life from above. Standing strong in your light bulb, standing strong in your love, having strength, having courage.
Welcome to our Quantum Chit Chat Show, presenting our latest episode this time in May 2020. We are here with Suzanna Maria Emmanuel, who is the DLE, Universal Light Grid Programmer, working with Divine Universal Alignment Ascension Program, together with the Great Chiron and the Great Sovereign Father Emmanuel, helping us to see how important it is to shift global consciousness. Also, we have Danielle, who is a keen observer and researcher for global consciousness movements, and an activated star sacred world healer of the universal alignments of Chiron with the DLE, Suzanna Maria Emmanuel. So namaste, Suzanna and Danielle. Thank you for being here.
Namaste.
Namaste.
So we're here because we're very much interested in exploring quantum thought fields even more. I know many viewers are also keen to learn. We have had great responses from many people, and some have even suggested to take this show much further. Now, wouldn't that be something, right? Who knows? Maybe a keen presenter who desires to broadcast Susanna's voice to the world would like to approach you and take you to the next level. Now, going back to the thoughts here. Susanna, I find it deeply interesting how your work is so versatile and meaningful. You can bring meditations through, YouTube presentations with superior spiritual knowledge coming through. And when you channel through universal flows at the activations, everyone present feels the love flowing through them. It is quite inspirational. Plus, when a question is asked, you have the answers. It seems to flow through you, Susanna. Perhaps you can explain this.
Well, thank you, Maria, for airing your thoughts on the show. I enjoy opening to deeper spiritual issues, and it is true, when something fascinating comes up, I enjoy seeing what comes through my universal channel. It is very much like a library of information. I have learned to let go and allow myself to experience and not to work with the information that comes through on a logical level, and then it will come through more. So as soon as I start opening logically, it just won't work. So I can consciously channel, and when I'm in deep trance, then my thoughts go away, and then I can't think, and then divine comes through. So there's several ways of channeling that I do. When I open up with my universal love channel, higher knowledge and wisdom comes through, and what I find so interesting is that it provides another way of looking at things other than what we understand on planet Earth. In conversations with friends, it is highly entertaining, especially when I have intelligent friends around me. The information always provides answers for people to help them to grow and develop. It is very necessary to receive higher knowledge, for how else can we move forward as people? And so I'm very grateful that I have this gift of being able to bring through universal knowledge, because that's how evolution comes to us. It's by being open to higher experiences and higher knowledge. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you, Susanna. I really agree with that. From my findings, as evolution only comes if we allow higher knowledge to become a part of us, because how else can we move forward? Sadly, I find that most of the population is not aware of this higher consciousness that comes through your universal love channel, Susanna. If more people became aware of our deeper conversations, even going right into the DNA of our physical and spiritual makeup, then I believe the people would advance much more quickly. And so, I feel that this is what will help evolution to be pushed forward, to realize that you have a gift with your universal love channel. I really love how Chiron works through you with scientific quantum data, especially at the divine activations, where all the material just comes pouring out. I know several scientific minds who have come to your activations. They asked questions and then received answers to all their questions while you were deep in higher thoughts with Chiron. They were particularly impressed. Somehow the answers pour out, but not only with superior knowledge, also with the flows. They truly create a change. That to us as activated ones of Chiron is a consciousness of love shift.
Wow, thank you, Suzanna and Danielle. All this is certainly thought-provoking, and it makes you wonder, how is this possible? Suzanna, you have a universal love channel, and when you open to it, it comes this wisdom that people cannot obtain otherwise. Well, unless they come to you.
Well, I guess you wouldn't be able to understand unless you saw it happening before your very eyes. It's not every day that you see a universal love channel opening before you, standing on platform with their eyes closed, allowing a divine master to come through, feeling the frequencies being lifted upwards, feeling your own heart opening, hearing the channel talk hour after hour with incredible information pouring through, never repeating the same words twice while the crowd is being entertained with singing, harmonizing jokes, acting, and inviting the audience to join in, all through the same universal love channel, while I am being kept in a deep state of trance, all through the same person. Quite incredible, really. This is not simply any kind of channeling, but it is something that people are absolutely stunned with. I've had people in the audience that don't believe that it can be done, but they soon see that it is real. They ask Chiron, for instance, some very difficult questions silently while I'm in deeper trance, and then the heavens open before them with so much information pouring out that they can't keep up. And I love that personally. I always say, never challenge the divine masters.
That is stunning. Well, that will certainly keep the crowd entertained for hours.
Yes, well, it is true that I've been called a wealth of knowledge once my universal love channel opens, and the knowledge from higher source will only come through when there are people around me who are ready to understand more, which is why Chiron responds to questions of the heart. So when the people are really ready to hear, then he responds. And what I love about the information coming through is that it comes through in a way that all people in the audience can actually understand. So it's not only the people with scientific knowledge who can understand, or those who have had higher spiritual learning. I found actually that much of the information that comes from Chiron through my universal love channel is so advanced that it leaves some scientific minds completely perplexed, but it is something that the most gentle souls can actually understand. The information is logical and simple at the same time, but yet undiscovered on this planet until it comes through my universal love channel. And that I find is totally amazing and really miraculous, and not many people know about it yet. But I know the time will come when many will desire to discover it for themselves.
So, how can this information help people?
Well, I have this gift to be able to open to a wealth of knowledge which lies outside of the human thought frequencies. And the gift I have is given to help people further realize that it is to show what higher consciousness is and how powerful it is, or how it can empower people within themselves, because that's what it is. It's about empowering other people. And when we have many people being empowered and they receive this new light stream of energies, then it can help the whole planet to change. And that's what this is all about. And many people realize that the old thoughts don't work for our society, but that new thoughts of universal love are the absolute key to create an end to world conflict and destruction. And that's what we all desire, to have a better world, a more stable world, a united world, a world where our children and future generations can live in with joy and peace, and knowing that a good future lies ahead of them, because that's something that we all want.
Certainly.
And that's the real reason why Chiron and the great Sovereign Father Emmanuel come through me, to help to bring shifts to human consciousness and expand light fields at the same time, so that we can achieve universal love and global peace, collective love consciousness.
Very well. Now, you recently mentioned Ka'airon and Sovereign Father Emmanuel. Many wonder who or what are they?
Well, that's a very good question. Ka'airon is a super intelligent cosmic science magnetic thought field of consciousness, which holds incredible amount of data and intelligence. And he is great magnetic force consciousness stream, and everything in the universe has consciousness and life. Nothing exists outside of consciousness and thought waves and intelligence. And intelligence can be found everywhere, and because my universal love channel can tap into cosmic magnetic force streams, my universal love channel is the key to help people understand higher spiritual knowledge and waves. So Ka'airon teaches, as well as the great Sovereign Father Emmanuel, that only one being was assigned to bring codes of love and creation to the beings on the planets, and to allow messages from the great divine to be spoken. And that one who was assigned was called the Divine Logos, or the Word of Divine Truth. And this one was the Divine Messenger of Universal Love. And only one was ever assigned to bring that true Divine Truth through so that nothing else could be betrayed. So Divine Truth could not be betrayed if only one messenger was sent. And this is why also it was so hard for Divine Truth to break through on planet Earth, because there were many who fought against Divine Truth consciousness all through the lifetimes. So this is why Jesus was crucified, for the very same reason, as the people who held spiritual authority in those days couldn't fault the teachings coming through Jesus, as he also was the universal love channel. And he was also the blue star divine love element, the divine logos, and the word. And now the great Father Emmanuel has awakened the one with the assignment, the one who always held the universal love channel to bring through the flows of magnetic force and love, and also the messages of love and peace, which is why the awakening flows come through me when I open my channel. What is so interesting is that I can translate universal magnetic thought frequencies from universal light coming through from star cosmic intelligence streams into our own English language. So I am like the translator. So my channel taps into universal light on very high star frequencies, and then because I tap into magnetic force from Ka'airon, then that can be translated through my universal love channel into our language, which is why we can understand it. Now I have a very large light field, a magnetic field, that holds greater capacity of light to connect into universal light cosmic streams, which can help people and all on planet Earth, all of life on planet Earth, to evolve during the universal love activations, as there they receive new star dimensional codes. When people come, they receive new star dimensional codes of light to allow themselves to transform more into universal love consciousness. Now my light body grounds the magnetic frequencies in that come through my universal love channel, and that helps the people to heal spiritually, mentally, and emotionally, which is what happens during the activations. And when I'm in trance state at the activations, my light body opens up to higher streams of universal magnetic healing intelligence, and that is to all to help the people to heal. So that's what happens at the divine activations. Now Ka'airon is magnetic field universal love consciousness, and the Sovereign Father Emmanuel is divine love creation force. So there's two forces in the high universe. So there's magnetic love force, and then there is creation love force, and my universal love channel taps into both those forces. Now then, the star pathways hold those force fields open to allow it to become stronger. So Ka'airon and the Great Father Emmanuel, they bring in those fields, or my universal love channel taps into those fields, and then when it comes through the star gateways, then the star gateways holds those flows very strong, and that allows the memories of the star gateways to open more, so that those memories of the ancient universal secrets can travel through my universal love channel so that the people who become activated can feel the codes coming in, and then they can hear me channel to them. So that is very interesting. And what is very interesting is that when you go back and you do research to find what the old civilizations believed in, they believed that one would return to the planet to call them back home, and that one was prophesied to come with new light, which could change all of human civilization depending on whether they decide to work in the heart for the greater good and work together in the love. So at that time, when it would happen, truth would become revealed and the people would turn from the old ways and step into new universal truth. And they believed that an angel, the blue star of all of creation, was sent to the earth to allow people to see universal truth and choose for universal love or not. And the ones who desired the new light upon the earth would then be able to transform into higher universal star love consciousness and would be able to return to their homes with greater understanding and knowledge. And that's all a lot of information to take in.
It certainly is. Amazing. And basically you're sharing with us how your channel, the Universal Love Channel, works together with the frequency of two fundamental forces, Chiron, magnetic force, and Sovereign Lord Emmanuel, divine love creation force. So I go to you, Danielle. I would like you, if you can share with us, because you've been present, how can this be possible? How can Suzanna, or how can you feel she can access higher universal love intelligence and that Chiron is magnetic consciousness?
Wow, this is very interesting thought, isn't it, Maria? I've witnessed Suzanna opening with Chiron myself, and in that space you feel dynamic shifts happening. Everyone who witnesses Suzanna opening to higher universal intelligence feels the shifts if they are open to higher streams of quantum consciousness coming in. In that moment, you feel the change happening and you understand that it exists. Then you awaken to how the people in the world do not understand too much. It is strange how life can change from one moment to another. One moment you're a part of the world, wondering if something like this can happen, when quantum magnetic streams can flow through a beautiful channel, all in the love. And when it happens, it is as if you remember being with her in other lifetimes. So yes, it is totally possible. And I've also done some research outside of Suzanna's Universal Love Channel to see if I could find any information on other knowledge in existence to help us better understand Suzanna's ability to hold magnetic life force streams. And I found that there are quantum scientists who believe that all things are much different than what most people believe. They believe that there is life outside of the atmosphere of this earth, and that all energy contains supernatural intelligence. There have been reports of frequencies coming through satellites and various equipment measuring extreme frequencies and pulses. They cannot, however, create a computer strong enough to measure these frequencies in pulses. Some think that these are ancient frequencies from past universes, and they believe that an infinite universal consciousness must exist. However, placing those frequencies within a computer system is not possible because those frequencies cannot be caught strong enough, nor can they be deciphered and put into a language that we can understand. That language, or various frequencies, that is caught through computer equipment and various devices able to pick up those magnetic pulses, is not steady enough to put any logic into it. At times it is further away, and at times it is closer to the Earth. So even quantum scientists agree that higher knowledge of the universe must be operating, which contains the knowledge of the universe. There are quantum physicists out there who believe that the stars contain cosmic grids of consciousness, being able to hold all spaces of knowledge. I wonder what you think, Suzanna. Do you agree with that?
Well, yes, I do. All the star pathways hold frequencies of universal memories. and together they radiate signals to each other as one, creating universal magnetic waves and pulses. And within those magnetic waves and pulses exists vital information for us. Star waves are universal intelligence, and that intelligence chooses to allow certain things to exist or not. And therefore, our own future is held within the light of the stars. They carry our star codes of light, which they connect into during cosmic universal activations. When my universal love channel taps into those universal magnetic frequencies, cosmic alignment of Chiron, ancient codes of life are awakened and tap into the star codes of light while traveling down. And they recognize the people present at the divine activations, and this is when the people who become activated through the universal love channel become accepted into the star realms of love. And these star codes bring transformational empowerment to the activated of Chiron, who will continue to grow into greater strength. A star consciousness works very much like an ancient memory program. Stars work out what needs to be learned and preserved for further progress to be made or what needs to be released. If a program within a human, for instance, has created harm, they will want to cancel that from their memory so it can no longer cause harm any longer on any future life path. This is why the star activations through the universal love channel are so important. It is a pathway of creation itself, a new gift of new creation to our people and for our earth, for those who care to research its importance. And I know here I speak about the universal love channel as if it is outside of me, but it is part of me because I'm helping you to understand from an observant, relevant point of view. The stars are cosmic roadmaps, and they help to remind us of the importance of love and of being in our heart. And they hold far greater intelligence that we can hold on the human dimensions, and are there to support those who come to the universal love activations, because they are the ones who have proven to the stars at this time of the great cosmic alignment that they are ready to go back to the eternal love universes. And that's because they remember us. So when we become activated, then they remember us, and then they bring their memories into the people, and then the people begin to remember what love is, and so it awakens the whole star foundation within the people, because originally we came from the stars. So it's not that we originated from planet Earth, we evolved on planet Earth after we fell from the higher star dimensions, if that makes sense. So the stars will always remember us, but it's us who need to remember the stars. And the only way to gain those star codes back is through the cosmic alignment, which is happening at this time through the 13th gateway. And so my channel can reach into the 13th gateway to access those star memories, to give that back to the people. And then the people, the activated, grow into the quantum consciousness love field, so that they can help to awaken all of life on this planet. And that's how it works. So that's the great awakening that's happening, if that makes any sense at all.
Yeah, certainly makes a lot of sense. Without a doubt, stellar information. So, you're talking about how stars hold great intelligence, or greater, shall I say, and it has a lot to do with our knowledge coming precisely through and with the universal love channel. Is this correct?
Yes, it is. It's very interesting. And we need that information to progress our society further, because we cannot do it by ourselves. So all this time it has been about, can human consciousness guide us further? And we've come to this part here, but there is no more gateway open without divine guidance coming through. And that was also prophesied, that first people would be able to prove it to themselves whether we could bring about peace and love. And if we couldn't, then we could meet this gateway if we desired to come back into the love in the heart. And then we could allow a higher consciousness to come through. And that has always been the choice. would we desire to be part of that new global civilization and become united and learn to live in the love, or would we not desire that? And there's only two pathways. So even Jesus talked about that, the pathway of life, which this is the gateway of life, or the pathway of self-destruction. And we've already seen how people just keep on destroying themselves. So we really do need to access higher love consciousness.
Intriguing. And going back to that thought of growing, would you say this is what the activations are all about? Chiron brings the codes of life through your universal love channel to help people align to the higher star pathways, right?
Yes, that's correct. So when people become activated, they move into a higher love consciousness of understanding. So what happens on a quantum field is that they receive new energy. So before the activations, they can't receive that energy, although our DNA is awakening at this moment because higher magnetic fields are coming through to planet Earth, and that awakens our energies. But now that enough people have desired to walk into the love, and that's why the greater fields are opening, they have the choice to either want to become activated at the divine universal love alignments or not. And this is the question that they have. And when they become activated, they receive new codes of light or new codes of life, and that's when their whole field changes and they are brought into a new grid. And at one quantum field consciousness chit chat show, we'll discuss all about grids, because it's a whole other subject altogether. But basically they go to another platform of understanding and they receive high universal love flows, and that helps them to become more of love consciousness because they remember the love. That's what happens. That's a transformation. It's a transformational quantum field.
And that's the transformation that we see happening at the activations, among many other beautiful changes. So this is amazing when you girls say it is.
Yes, that is really amazing information. It actually makes total sense though, because the awakening is occurring and people are wanting change. Change happens in the DNA first, and then it enters the consciousness of the general people, does it not?
Yes, it does. Now, the DNA needs to awaken first to the magnetic light frequencies, and then it can come into people's consciousness. So magnetic fields are part of ourselves, and the more magnetic field there is on planet Earth, the more the DNA can awaken, and then the people start remembering and desiring for growth to come. So it's always that way first. Consciousness streams always evolves that way first. First, the cellular memories and the DNA, that awakens first, and then it comes to our consciousness. So yes, and the stronger the love vibration is within the person, the more that they will desire the divine activations, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does. So in order to go to the next level of understanding or evolution, we need the activations through your universal love channel, correct?
Yes, well, when a person becomes activated and when my universal love channel expands and opens, then higher magnetic fields reach certain keys or magnetic memories of the people. So that's what I was going into before. That's what the ancient civilizations also saw coming. So they knew that a star would come from outer spaces, which was not part of normal human society, but there's no normal really. It's normal. Everybody's unique. And then you couldn't at the beginning see the difference between the human or the being until the universal love began to open, and that's how you can identify that one. And this particular pathway would be able to give the universal magnetic star memories to others and then pass it on to them, provided they desire to return back to the ancient pathway of the heart. So provided they desire to come into the love, which is why Chiron always asks the people to come to the activations, because it's their eternal freedom. And what price would you put on eternal freedom and eternal knowledge? Which is something else, isn't it? Because you may have lots of money in the bank, but what's that money going to do if you don't have your freedom, or if you can't buy freedom? So these codes are so precious, and it's not until you become activated that you feel that expansion happening. So that's so beautiful. So that's why Chiron always says, go to the activations. And when people ask for that greater gateway to open, to allow them to come to the activations, then it will so happen. So it's just absolutely beautiful.
I can actually fully attest to this, Suzanna, as I feel this happening constantly. My personal activated spiritual manifestation abilities are growing, and the people who come in touch with me know something is actually different with me. Lots of us as activated people are feeling the same way. When we open up portals together as a collective, larger energy fields come within us. The feeling and sensations we receive are of expansion and freedom. It feels high and beautiful, and it creates a desire within us to be a part of a large shift coming. And because we have received guidance through your universal love channel, we can work unitedly towards helping many people understand why the activations are truly life-changing, and why only the universal love channel and Chiron can bring those divine universal alignments to the people. So personally, I am a universal love teacher and have received the universal love frequencies to help others understand the importance, and my students have benefited so much from the knowledge. It is truly life-changing, and this is truly a momentous time, and we can all be a part of the change happening if we desire it to happen.
Well, this in fact sounds truly momentous, as you said, and love your experience of teachers and students and everyone working together to create the change in our world. And back to you, Suzanna, I'm seeing how these higher magnetic forces can come to Earth through your universal love channel. So maybe you can explain the quantum dynamics behind this.
Well, that's a very interesting thought, isn't it? Because everything really is quantum dynamics, and it doesn't matter of what part you look at in creation, everything is about quantum dynamics, and everything is about light waves and fields of motion and thought. And to allow people to receive transformational keys, they need new potential creation energy to move upwards. And the only way to do that is through a universal love channel that can reach high stages of new creation potential energies, which are magnetic frequencies from ancient universal existence. And this is being detected actually by special researchers who know that an old energy on the planet is depleted and no new energy was entering the earth large enough to create a difference. Nothing can be created or refurbished when there is no new energy coming into the earth. And that's a very interesting thought, because everything is basically, you have energy that's on planet Earth and you can work with that energy, but if there's no new colossal energy coming in, then how can everything become rebirthed? So what they found is that the planet is changing and all the magnetic grids are changing, and that there is new potential energy coming in. So then they didn't know how it was coming in until they started measuring what happens while I'm channeling or bringing through frequencies. And so they found that because of the magnetic field coming in, the whole magnetic fields are changing on planet Earth. So it's because it's a very high sound too. So there's a new sound detected in the Earth. It's because my universal light channel carries a very high ancient frequency in the Earth, which has been detected. So I find that very interesting. So, and that's beautiful. And through the universal love channel, when you go into the very high energies, you'll find that little particles of the blue star, which in Chiron's teachings you'll find where the Big Bang and all the ancient explosions come from. All that energy is new potential creation energy, and because I am part of that blue star here on planet Earth, then it can link into those energies and bring in very, very old star energies from that creation energy, because it is the creation energy star field that everything was created from on a very high level. So so it actually does make sense.
Well, not only makes sense, it's basically redefining physics itself, or for me, it's easier to comprehend. So I would say all of this wealth of information, in fact, is what you channel through your beautiful being, and it's amazing. So thank you, Suzanna, for this insightful information and quantum thoughts, and really it gets us thinking. So Danielle, do you have more beautiful thoughts that you would like to share with us?
Thank you, Maria. Thank you, Suzanna. I have actually found some research on that matter, and it is indeed true that scientists are aware that certain changes are happening within the Earth. People desire change to happen because the magnetic radiation is having an effect on the human DNA system, and it is in fact awakening. People desire to understand their higher purpose more and desire destruction to stop. So this all has to do with the consciousness shift happening at this very time.
Well, we sure do want that consciousness shift, don't we? So thank you very much, Danielle. And thank you, Suzanna. Well, there you have it. Well, there you have it. This has been a most wonderful time of learning about quantum fields of consciousness and studying how and why the awakening is happening on planet Earth. I'm looking forward to understanding more about the fields and how it can help us embrace universal love consciousness on a global scale. Thank you, Danielle, for your research and being part of our show.
Thank you.
And a special thank you to Suzanna Maria Emmanuel, our DLE, for helping us discover new creation potential energy and what it can do to help our environment and consciousness of mankind. I am Maria, thanking you for listening to our broadcast from England, and stay tuned for our next thought-provoking quantum episode.
Thank you very much, Maria, and thank you very much, Danielle. It's been beautiful talking to you all. Thank you very much, all listeners. Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste.
I see the divine in you as you see the divine in me. Namaste.
Namaste.